We've come a long way in a short while at the backyard golf course build, but there's still some work to do. Yesterday I mowed the greens for the first time ever. It was a great feeling. They looked great after. We got a lot of grass off and they look great right now. However, yesterday evening we got a huge downpour. It was only like half an hour, 3/4 of an inch, but it was enough to mess up my soil a little bit and mess up my seed a lot. Definitely have some washout on the sloped areas here and the seed is kind of piled up in spots, but I do have some germination. This is our first look at the Everest Kentucky Bluegrass. I do have some bad areas where the seed floated and pooled in. I absolutely love these warm temperatures for the next 2 days. I think we're going to get some more germination. I can see a green haze now throughout most of the golf course area. That was seed that had a root on it. It really popped up here in the last 12 hours. However, there's quite a bit. I'll show you down there. There's a lot of my loose seed just basically got swept away in the rain. The next day or two's job was supposed to be laying this sod down, and I do have to get at it because sod does not stick around too long when it's rolled up like that and the weather gets warm. However, that sod was supposed to be delivered right down to the bottom of this hole here, and then I would just simply grab it and move it a short distance, and it is so much easier to lay. But you can see how wet that is. There was no way we were gonna get a vehicle down there. I'm still not sure how I'm gonna do this. I'm going to sneak down there later, give it a little bit of time if the sun can get out. I don't know if it can dry that. It is so low down there, but I'd like to really get that sod all along there because it was to protect that soil and keep it from going into the pond. And now last night we had a river running through there and the pond water is all dirty again, which drives me crazy, but I know we're near the end of the dirty pond water days from Runoff. And there we are, the nice clear pond water that we have is it's a different color. I haven't had topsoil go in there. It was usually the brown sand. This has got a bit of a gray to it. It drives me crazy, but I know once I get grass all down here, we will be in better shape next year with nice clear pond water. And there's a good look. There's a pile of seed in that puddle right there. We definitely got a lot of runoff through here. The berm worked though. Check that out, people. The berm actually held all of that water up like it was supposed to do. And then down here at the lowest point of the golf course for our final stop on the Sadness Tour, this is a ton of muddy silt and a lot of pounds of seed over there. That pulled all off the golf course that way. So we'll really have to see what we get for germination. Number one, I'm real late. This grass seed that I can lightly see greening up, it might die anyway. If we don't get snow here and we get really cold temperatures, there's a good chance that won't make it through the spring. But if it does, we'll see how thin we are, and I'm definitely going to be having to order more seed for a spring overseed. I'm just hoping we get a good stand of grass to start with at least. Pull a piece of this sod back and see what we're dealing with. It's snapping roots. Look at that. Nice worm. So that's really cool to see. Only 2 weeks with this sod down and it is pretty much rooted there where it doesn't move in a big storm. I'm really glad I got the greens mowed yesterday before the rain. They look awesome from this distance. It'll be interesting to see if they put some growth on here in the next 2 days with this warm weather. So that's our damage report with the golf course and the heavy rain. Could have been worse. So now I'm gonna run back, try and get a start on that 2,100 square feet of sod that has to be laid in the next 2 days. And yes, it is so muddy that I am now stuck with the skid steer halfway up this hill. I got that pile of sod down there. These things are heavy, they're 2,000 pounds. That's about my limit with this small skid steer. So I can kind of just push them down. They go down like a sleigh and then I can't get out of there. I got halfway up, started to spin. Not a lot of fun walking in this. It is sticky and I sink. However, it's a nice base for the sod if I can get it down. The one positive I have as I work on the sod frustrated, I look over to the 2 greens and they are so green. I mowed them yesterday, 24 hours ago, for the first time ever. And I don't know if it's an illusion or if they do react to mowing that quickly, the warm night and the warm rain, but they are thicker, it seems, greener, like just such a change in 24 hours after that mow. I, again, don't know if I believe it or not, but I'm going to maybe be able to give them a mow this weekend if it keeps up, one last one, because they really liked the mow that I did yesterday. That is just crazy progress. got the skid steer out last night. The topsoil is drying up because we've had a really nice warm night, and look at the green grass all over this. I don't know if you can see great on camera. I'm shooting straight into the sun, but there is a beautiful green haze of Kentucky Bluegrass all over this place. So we did it, we got the germination. Now the question is, can I get enough root growth to survive the winter that is coming up? I got a t-shirt on, it is the last day of October, Halloween, October 31st. Crazy temperatures, but the grass is loving it. Look at this golf green. I am going to mow it again today. Such a nice green haze out there. I love it. We are 19, 20 days after I put the seed down, so it is incredibly slow in the cold weather that I had. I put this seed down 6 weeks past the cutoff date. If you do some internet research, everything says that this seed will probably die and not make it through the winter. We'll see about that. I'm banking on plants and nature being super tough, super strong. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get some growth here. Again, don't care too much about the green growth. I need to get that root growth. I cannot believe these golf greens. They're just a month old here up north in the fall. So good. Well, enough with the fun part, looking around, seeing the grass grow. Nothing better than that view of new grass shooting up. I have to get down here. I've got 2 and a little bit pallets of sod to put down in this muddy mess here, but the sun's drying it out, so it should go a little bit better today. Oh, it's still pretty muddy down here and wet. The one good thing, I don't think I'm going to ever need irrigation down here with the pond, with the groundwater around here, with the river close by. Once this bluegrass gets rooted, it should do quite well. This is truly the last day for t-shirts and shorts. It's a nice warm day. That bluegrass sod looks so good right now. Nice color to it. It's about 2 inches long. Looks like golf course rough, and that green is looking so darn green right now. So good. Should I get the wedge out later and a couple golf balls and hit a few up there? I have not hit a golf ball here ever. I've been holding off, but this is kind of a special day with the weather. That green just looks so good. I think I gotta get the clubs up and just flop a couple up here. See what it sounds like, see how it rolls with 1/2 inch bent grass. Not gonna roll great, but it's a long winter. I think I got to do it. I'm going to hit a ball right now because I have to get some water on this sod. It is really dry. They said they cut it the night before they delivered it, but I don't know about that. It is pretty dry. So let's get this out of the way. I'm going to attempt to flop a couple up there. And yes, I hit left. I'll go on a rant maybe next year about why more right-handed people should hit left, but that's for another time. This is some shaggy rough, and it's folded over the other way. I laid it the wrong way for chip shots. Our oldest kid is 7 years old, and I have golfed exactly twice in the last 7 years. So don't judge me here. This is my first wedge shot in about 3 years. All right, center of the green. This is thick. Is there any piece that's folded the other way? Got to get one up there. Oh, stay. Oh. This is some shaggy rough. I'm impressed with this bluegrass. Oh, can't get out. Oh, cut that. We'll cut that one out. Nobody needs to see that. Here we go. I'm liking this. There. Can't even tell where they landed, to be honest. Not much damage at all. I like this, a backyard golf green. I actually have one. Could get used to this. I gotta get back to the sod here, but I'm gonna hit a few more because this is a lot of fun. I'm gonna put my microphone on the USGA root zone mix. I'll see if I can hit a couple close and we can hear the beautiful sound of a ball landing on a golf green. The way I'm swinging, I'm not even gonna get close to this thing today, but we'll put it here. All right, that was awesome. I kind of got carried away and hit a whole bucket of balls. Got a hole in one. I'm going to call it a hole in one. I hit the microphone. Shocking because I could barely hit the green. The green is firm. It looks awesome. Like I said, I got carried away. Kind of just set in. I've got a backyard golf course here. But now we got to get back to that sod. Not nearly as fun as hitting golf balls out of it. That is super heavy stuff. I know I struggle there for sure, but it's folded over and it's really long. It is not 2 inches. It's like 3 inches long. That is it. 3 pallets of sod today, 4 pallets 2 weeks ago, so we've got 7 pallets down, about 5,000 square feet done. That is all I'm doing this fall. That was enough. It's really nice to see this though now. We are protected from a lot of runoff. This is kind of a valley and it pushes a lot of water in the spring, so really nice to have that done. It's really just common sense, laying it down, keeping it tight. I tried to walk on it to pack it. You could come in here with a roller, that would probably help to get that root right down to the soil. And one mistake I made probably both times that I did sod here this fall is I didn't water it early enough. It came in quite dry. I should have had the water on. As soon as you go and you can get past an area, just put the sprinkler on. That really helps. So I kind of made that mistake both times. It got a little bit yellow here, but honestly, this bluegrass, this time of year, it's gonna be fine. It's already rooted in there and it's starting to green up more than it was last week. There's all the slope now done in sod. I'll seed the rest of this area here. I can handle that hill, I think, with seed. I'll put a lot of ryegrass in there to make it perk up quick. I'll probably get another pallet or two just to finish this to make it look good in the spring. But all in all, if you're just a homeowner, you've never done this before, just go ahead and do it. There's really no rules to sod. Actually, there's one rule, and that is green side up. Sorry, I've been 4 years waiting to make that terribly unfunny joke. I actually think it's pretty funny, but green side up if you're doing sod, that's it. Put them together, hold them down, pack them down, water them after. You know what, if you're doing it in the right weather, they will take off in a week or two. What I'm going to do now to end this video is mow this green. You can only make a sod video so interesting. I'll try to really edit it down and chop it up so it's not a super boring sod video, but everybody wants to see a golf green being mowed for only the second time ever. I was nervous the first time, thought I'd screw it up. It went excellent. So now I've kind of got the bug where I want to mow this thing. I'm going to mow it every day or two now in this decent weather. It really thickened up. So let's go mow this green. Just a quick single cut. We got about a half a catcher off the 2 greens combined. So definitely got a little bit of grass. I wanted to mow. It's getting dark. It's probably going to rain again. But all in all, it's hard to believe that 007 XL creeping bentgrass is only 30 days old since it germinated, and we've mowed it twice here. I think we're gonna mow in November, which is crazy, but I'm gonna keep going with it, trying to push that lateral growth. We've got the sod down. That is done. No more sod this year. We've got some bluegrass germinating as of the last 24 hours in this nice heat wave that we have. I hope that continues. I want to green up this fairway in this rough area. And we've got a second mow on these bent grass greens. So thanks for watching again. We're going to keep going here until the ground is frozen. I'm just going to get as much done as I can this year as it sets me up to be in better shape next spring. Up next, we have more fall cleanup as we prepare for winter.